By Laura Smith Spark and Luke McGee, CNN. The most famous family on earth is mourning the loss of its patriarch. Prince Philip, the husband of British monarch Queen Elizabeth II, has died, Buckingham Palace has announced. He was 99. The Duke of Edinburgh, who married then Princess Elizabeth in 1947, was the longest-serving consort in British history. He will be remembered for his charitable work, his dedication to public service and, of course, his mischievous and controversial sense of humor. Philip once jokingly referred to himself as the world's most experienced plaque unveiler. But as a child born into the turmoil of interwar Europe and a naval officer decorated for heroism during World War II, the Duke of Edinburgh was an extraordinary figure in his own right. Childhood and exile. Philip's life was dramatic from the outset. The nephew of Greece's King Constantine I, the Prince of Greece and Denmark, was born in 1921 on the dining room table of a villa on the Greek island of Corfu. He was forced into exile just 18 months later, when the Greek monarchy was overthrown by a military revolt. His family's experience shaped Philip's later desire to modernize the British royalty, in the hope they would seem more relevant to the Queen's subjects. He was taken on board HMS Calypso, the British cruiser given the secret mission to take his family to safety, sleeping in a crib made out of an old fruit box. Stateless and by royal standards, poor, Philip's family spent the next few years traveling between the homes of European relatives, as the continent descended into the political and economic upheaval that ultimately led to World War II. His mother, Alice, was committed to a psychiatric clinic in 1930. This meant Philip rarely saw his parents growing up. He was instead mentored by an uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten, and dispatched to a series of boarding schools in England, Germany and Scotland. In 1935, Greece voted to reinstate its monarchy, but Philip's father Andrew resisted pressure to push his son into the Greek military service. Instead, Philip remained at Gordonston, the school in Scotland where he would later send his own sons, including Prince Charles. It was here he began preparing for training to join the British Royal Navy. Tragedy struck in 1937, when Philip's sister, Cecile, died in an airplane crash while going into labor. Her husband and prematurely born child both lost their lives too. The war years, and a princess. He joined the Navy in 1939, the same year he met Elizabeth when she visited the Royal Navy College in Dartmouth with her father, King George VI. The trip had been arranged by Mountbatten. One of his cousins, Lady Kennard, described the teenage prince as like a sort of young Viking, very blonde and strong and very handsome. "Oh, I think he was everybody's heartthrob." As a citizen of Greece, Philip was initially deployed as a neutral foreigner, serving on naval escort and convoy missions.